A bipartisan revolt on Capitol Hill, and it's all in support of moms and dads. Democrats joining with Republicans trying to stop GOP leaders from blocking an impending vote on proxy voting for new parents. Congresswoman Brittany Pettersen cradling her baby on the House floor. You see her there. The Colorado Democrats supporting a proxy voting measure brought by Florida Republican Paulina Luna.
For all of the parents here, we know that when we have newborns, it's when they're the most vulnerable in their life. It's when they need 24/7 care. It is unfathomable that in 2025, we have not modernized Congress to address these very unique challenges that members face.
So the vote ultimately failed 206 to 222, with 9 Republicans siding with a unanimous Democratic caucus. Let's bring in ABC's Jay O'Brien there on Capitol Hill once again. Jay, it's not often that we see a vote, that we have a vote failing with bipartisan support. So kind of break this down for us. What does it all mean?
And this vote failing is exactly what Congresswoman Paulina Luna, who's the architect of all of this, and Congresswoman Pettersen, who you just saw there, wanted, because Republican leadership had been opposed to what's called proxy voting, remote voting, which in this case would cover parents who've just had children. Republican leadership say it's unconstitutional, that they believe it's a slippery slope. So they slipped language into this unrelated procedural vote to try to block Luna and Pettersen and the other Democrats and Republicans who were behind this from bringing their measure on proxy voting to a vote. And so what Luna did was got 8 Republicans plus her and all Democrats, as you just said, to vote against this procedural vote and paralyze the House floor. Now House leadership cannot bring anything they wanted to bring for a vote this week to a vote. They actually canceled votes just now for the rest of the week. So what Luna and other new parents here on Capitol Hill have done is paralyze the House floor in protest and try to push leadership to give them what they want, which is remote voting for new parents in Congress.
And you just spoke with Congresswoman Pettersen and Luna. Is that right? What did they say?
I did. They were triumphant as they came off the House floor just moments ago. They told me that this is a victory for moms and dads. Here's a little of what they said.
We worked as a team, and I think that today is a pretty historical day for the entire conference. It's showing that the body has decided that parents deserve a voice in Washington, and also to the importance of female members having a vote in Washington, D.C.
But we're changing the way that Congress works, making sure that moms and parents have a voice. This is an important step forward, but we still have a long ways to go.
Speaker Johnson, though, not letting up. He walked off the House floor. He said he was disappointed, but leadership looks to be repositioning to try to block this again, Stephanie. So the fight over remote voting for new parents in Congress, it is far from over.
Interesting. And then one quick question, Jay, while you're there, do you know how long proxy voting had been in place? I would imagine that this isn't new.
So
right?
It was in place, remember, during the pandemic. That's when it was used at its height. And Republicans used it as Democrats did. Speaker Johnson used it himself, proxy voting, during the pandemic. And it's something that Democrats have pointed out here. But Republicans did away with proxy voting when they took control of the House after the 2022 midterms. Again, they say it's unconstitutional. They view it as a slippery slope. They argue that if you're a member of Congress, you should be here on Capitol Hill voting on legislation. And what these new parents are asking for is not blanket exceptions, but just exceptions for people who have just had a child.
That makes sense. And as you said, this fight is long from over. Jay, thank you so much.